Hey there, farmers. Hope you're all doing well. We've prepared the soil for our spring-summer garden, but do you know how to fertilize it? What is the best and most natural ratio to nourish our soil? Today, I'll show you how I mix different fertilizers like chicken manure, and compost. I'll give you an optimal recipe you'll keep for life, because you'll learn it too. For over 10 years, I've shared gardening and agriculture tips with you. Now I ask just one small, simple favor that matters to me. Subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and leave a comment. Agriculture is something we do together, so I need you to become part of this project too. Please. We need 2 products to do our fertilization, manure and pelleted manure, which we are going to buy. Now, instead, we already have Soluble Natural Boost loaded in the car, which is one of the fertilizers we're going to mix together. I've been using it for, I think, 9 years. It's really amazing. So now we're leaving the warehouse and going to buy the manure. All right, let's go give the soil some poop. So basically, what's the trick to fertilizing? Imagine fertilizing as something nutritious, like a good meal. Let's take bread and salami as an example. What makes bread and salami so delicious isn't just the salami itself. It's not just the bread, but the combination of both things. Now, Natural Boost is a really good salami, like the ones I like, aged, homemade, and so on. It's very nourishing, yes, because you can eat salami and feel great without any problem. But combined with bread, so with manure, better if it's stable manure like the one we got, so it leaves a good mark that gives structure to the soil. Do you get photonic effects if you give only bread, so only manure, or if you give only the Natural Boost? Over time, you still risk the soil not having that structure it should have. Instead, in the combination of the two, look, I'll show you something really simple that gives spectacular results. Do you understand now? Basically, I have 2 nice entrances, but I was doing some work because I was installing, well, big pipes and so on, so they took away my access to the land. Like before, we throw in the bags and fertilize for life. That's it, if you ever visit the field. Here it's been sown. You see, this is the grass. I think it's big, but this has been sown. See here, instead it's old, so walk here. If you walk here, wow. You shouldn't do it, even if it's close. Like we said, we're doing it because we're working, but you shouldn't do it. Hey, see, this here is vineyard garlic. Okay, a kind of wild garlic that grows right now. You can pull it all up. Nothing will happen anyway. It makes these little bulbs. You eat everything. This little bulb is garlic, but it's very delicate. It almost seems like chives. So you take it, clean it, wash it, chop it all up and use it. Risottos don't give you garlic breath, but right now it's everywhere. Even in Milan, you can even see it in the flower beds, but I'll give it to you. The fertilization we're going to do today is for the greenhouse. Come, I'll show you. Because outside the soil is almost ready, but it's been raining these days. It's a little wet, but we're already working in the greenhouse. Except for this part here that I'm holding, because look how nice these are. Look, do you see them? See how nice these are? Here they are. The Romaneschi are struggling a bit with the cold. In fact, you can see it in the leaves, but we don't care about the leaves, and we're finishing the production of these. All right, I'll work the soil quickly, and that's it. In the meantime, we've already worked the soil deeply here in the greenhouse. We used an excavator. Today we're going to do the surface fertilization, because afterwards we'll till everything. Let's go over there. We'll do it like this. I'll show you what we have. We only have the Natural Boost. I'll show you. I'm going to get myself organized. I'm going to open it with my hands. At this point, I'll open it up. Just so you know, a bag like this is enough for about 500 square meters, just to give you an idea, to be a little quicker. This is what I do. I fill the bucket halfway. Like this, more or less, okay? Here's my pelletized fertilizer. You can see it's different. Manure, cow and horse mixed together. I really like it because every little piece you see has the same right amount of manure and compost mixed together. Let's mix it with the Natural Boost, which is a different size. That's why I'm telling you. This one is a base fertilization. This one is a fertilization for production. This fertilization that I'm doing with manure, I do it once a year. So after this, I won't fertilize anymore. With Soluble Natural Boost, I only do it every 3-4 months, so I'm doing it now. When we get to the time for transplanting, I'll do another one unless I transplant in about a month. So between when you work the soil and when you transplant, it's always about 2 or 3 months, and then I do it again halfway through production. Let's take a concrete example. Tomatoes. We work the soil and now we fertilize with manure and compost. And natural boost, we get to around April, fertilization with natural boost. Then we get to June, fertilization with natural boost. Then we get to September, at the end of the cycle, fertilization with natural boost. To this, if needed, we'll see if we add a liquid fertilizer. In various moments of stress, so I put about half in the bucket, right? You see, by mixing it like this, every handful I take is a perfectly mixed handful. Here's the trick. You can fertilize twice. First with manure, then with a natural boost. I think this step isn't necessary. I worked the soil, so it's been turned over. Fertilizer after tilling, I don't put the fertilizer on top before working the soil because there's a risk that the fertilizer goes too deep into the ground. It always needs to be buried instead because it has to mineralize. Otherwise, if we leave all these good substances on top. Now, I won't make it complicated for you. They disperse into the air. Besides, there's also a regulation to prevent them from going into the atmosphere. Some substances are harmless in soil but cause pollution if they enter the air. Fertilizing isn't pollution as long as it's done properly. Look at how well he mixed it. Did you see? No? If I had a third bucket, I could have already done one. Steps. Now let's add a bit more manure because by eye it's a bit behind. I mean behind in the sense that it needs to be more or less balanced. There's still a little bit missing since the natural boost is smaller. You see, it's smaller. You'll see that when I get to about half the bucket, I'll have almost all natural boost and very little manure, so I'll go and add the missing part. Earlier you saw the natural booster bucket was 3/4 full, just like the other bucket. One is bigger and the other smaller, so we need a strong natural boost. About 500 square meters, so you can just eyeball it. We take our hand and start giving it to them. See, a nice handful. You need to notice the presence of these small pebbles in the soil. Okay, I split the handful in half. So if I start from here, look at the radius now. If you see, starting from here, more of them have started to fall. Or this way, when I start from here, behind me, they cover this part. Here you can do it so that you do the right side first and then the left side. Do what you want. Just give it to them. Don't be shy. Look closely at what's happening. Like I said before, watch out. Doing fertilization like this, a bit precise, is useful to avoid inconsistencies because later you might say one part of the garden turned out well, the other didn't. Why did it get mixed up badly? So let's add a bit more organic matter. At this point, you can also take a smarter step by emptying one of them. Not like this, then we put it back in, empty one into the other. Sometimes. So if a bag opens up, like just happened to me, guys, it's organic fertilizer. That's fine. See, it's nice and mixed. So I'll start again from here. Look at the soil, you see it, the effect. For sure, we have the natural boost, which covers a lot of space because it's smaller. But you can also see the presence of the pelleted fertilizer, well distributed, I'd say almost evenly. Not just here, come. Look, also here you see, so you see it's well balanced, and this is the effect I'm talking about. Now let's do it again and let's finish our fertilizing. This here is a technique called Naruto's bear paw, which means you turn the bucket and give it a slap. You always see the effect in the soil. If there's more or less the same amount in the soil, it means you've done a good job. Done. One thing comes to mind. In the various gardens, the different gurus keep saying to add compost. They keep adding organic matter, basically the compost that gets added. What are they bluntly? We are adding structure to the soil, carbon. That's why we use manure. Look, adding manure has a longer history than adding compost. I mean, adding manure to the soil. Animals have done this for millennia. In the Po Valley, we also used this method long before industrialization. And the land has always been very rich, and we have the greatest biodiversity in the world, because this is a good tool, of course.
How much do you add, of what quality, and with what products do you do it?
Today we're lucky to have natural products, like for example Natural Boost, which have been synthesized to be optimal, but above all, accessible to everyone.
You can get the 1 kilo pack or the 25 kilo one, which I recommend if you have a vegetable garden because it lasts all year, costs less, and is more convenient. Farmer, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments below. Let me know if you've prepared your vegetable garden, if you fertilized, if you have anything to ask me. See you in the next video and subscribe to the channel. Bye everyone.